Welcome to the East Texas Explorer. On this program, we explore SFA in the greater East Texas area.
That's right. On this episode, we've got stories about several historic landmarks around Nacogdoches, as well as several organizations that make the campus of SFA a unique and fun place to live and learn for students and residents alike.
It should be a great show, so stay tuned. ET starts now. Have you been thinking about adding on to your family? Here's Asia with some information on how.
I'm here at the Nacogdoches County Animal Shelter, located off Southwest Stallings. People come here to play with animals like Rufus or try to find their next family member. This is Clint. Clint has been at the shelter for a little over a month.
He was brought to us as a stray from the Cushing area, so we don't know anything about him other than what we can see.
Clint is a friendly dog. He could play for hours, but as soon as you want to get personal with him, he calms down and comes up to you for love. He's still at the shelter looking for a family. According to the Humane Society, each year, 2.7 million adoptable dogs and cats are euthanized in the United States, simply because too many pets come into shelters and too few people consider adoption when looking for a pet.
It's just as well off, and you're saving a life if you come to a shelter to adopt a dog here, because if they don't find homes here, there's no place else for them to go.
The shelter allows anyone to come in Monday through Friday from noon to 5:30 p.m. to come and interact with the animals. After they review the rules at the front desk, you're free to explore.
Generally, everything that we have set up as rules is for the safety of the animals and the people handling them.
The Nacogdoches Animal Shelter has more than just dogs. They have cats and bunnies too. Adopting from the shelter does not burn a hole in your pocket. There's a $30 adoption fee for neutered animals or $20 for non-neutered. Microchips are $20, and if you reside in the Nacogdoches city limits, there's a $5 registration fee. If you want to come down and check it out yourself, the shelter is located at 3211 Southwest Stallings Drive in Nacogdoches, Texas. I'm Asia Dove for East Texas Reporter. Have a good day. Here at SFA, the Office of Multicultural Affairs offers a wide variety of diversity. Just last week, the department celebrated 25 years on SFA campus.
Here at SFA, the Office of Multicultural Affairs offers a wide variety of diversity. Just last week, the department celebrated 25 years on SFA's campus. This week, I sat down with the Assistant Director of the Office of Multicultural Affairs, Dr. Griselda Flores. Dr. Flores talked about the 25th year celebration of the Office of Multicultural Affairs, also known as OMA.
The Office of Multicultural got established. It was actually through the efforts of a couple students over 25 years ago that they felt that there was a need for an office to represent them. But we gave away a t-shirt that states the 25th anniversary of the office, and we gave away other things just to promote.
Some of the events that took place that evening were
come and go ceremony where we recognize some of the formal assistant director coordinators that have worked for this office in the last 25 years, and we also had a lot of artifacts, a lot of scrapbooks of pictures in the 90s, and just seeing the evolution of this department, the evolution of this campus.
I also talked to the student ambassador and mentor of OMA, Alin Schaefer.
We gave it a chance for students to come out and celebrate as well. It was open to everybody, not just to OMA students. So we had a scrapbook, we had an OMA timeline.
The OMA's office is located on the 3rd floor of the Student Center. For East Texas Explorer, I'm Megan.
Ghosts seem to be only a myth, but around East Texas, we might have one. Our resident Ghostbuster, Nick Irene, will be out on the field to crack this case.
Ghost stories seem more appropriate for the campfire rather than the classroom, but for the students of the Fine Arts Department here at SFA, they might occasionally be greeted by a legit Phantom of the Opera.
I'm here in front of the Griffiths Fine Arts Building here at SFA, where the cold and rainy environment serves as a perfect setting for one of SFA's most spookiest tales, Chester.
The rumored story is that Chester was originally an architect who was helping build the auditorium back in the day. However, when he read the blueprints wrong, he built the building backwards. He then, in embarrassment, took his own life, and now his spirit flows through the auditorium.
But if this story seems a little far-fetched, there are some forms of potential evidence that might crack this case.
This here is a photo taken by former SFA professor Tommy Mathis in 1967 on the set of Tiny Alice. In the image, you can see an eerie glowing figure seemingly wearing a hood. Students in the past have also claimed of strange noises and intensely cold spots throughout the building.
Earlier, I actually did speak with one of the theater students about her personal experiences with Chester.
Well, I was stuck in there and I couldn't get out, and I was texting my friend to ask her if she could come help me because the door was just jammed or something and the lights were off and I couldn't see anything. And it seriously felt like there was something else in there.
With that juicy information, it was kind of hard for me not to try to be that meddling kid and see if I can see Chester for myself. I wasn't able to find anything inside the Turner Auditorium, but definitely got some creepy and chilly vibes. Got me shivers up my spine a bit whenever I went in there. Definitely something is a little eerie in there. I guess Chester is a bit camera shy when it comes to these kinds of things. For East Texas Explorer, I'm Nick Irene.
The SFA Campus Recreation Center is offering a lot of fun amenities if you're trying to get out and explore the beautiful city of Nacogdoches. We go to Macy Meyer, who has more on the story.
If you're looking for a cheap and fun weekend getaway, we'll look no further. I'm here at the Outdoor Pursuit Center located in the Stephen F. Austin Campus Recreation Center, where me and Vaughn took a better look at all the activities the center has to offer.
The Outdoor Pursuit Center is located just inside the Student Recreation Center on the Stephen F. Austin campus. The center welcomes not only students but also members of the Recreation Center. You can come in Monday through Friday and talk to any specialist about renting equipment, trips, and even some information on where to go on your trip.
Information about the area and all around Texas, and we do a lot of trips into Arkansas, so we do some explanation of where to go on all these places.
The center offers all-inclusive trips that are led by one of the Outdoor Center's own in the fall and the spring. They also offer equipment rentals including 2-person, 4-person tents, bicycles, canoes, backpacks, sleeping bags, and even a portable stove. The center will be hosting a new trip this coming Thanksgiving called Backpacking the Buffalo River Trail. It will be led by Shelby Jackson, who gives us a taste of what can be expected.
Everything that we need, we're going to be carrying on our backs in the backpacks. Food, water, all your equipment, any personal items that you have, it's all going to be carrying in your backpack.
If you're interested in any of these exciting activities, make sure to stop by the Outdoor Center located in the Stephen F. Austin Campus Recreation Center. For East Texas Explorer, I'm Macy Meyer. The Big Dip ceremony is a tradition that occurs each semester here at SFA. To explore the history of this unique SFA experience, here's Jamie Mertz.
The Big Dip ceremony, a Stephen F. Austin State University tradition, is coming up, and students and parents alike are preparing for the event. The ceremony, which will be held December 1st, is very popular amongst SFA juniors and is held at the end of every semester.
And you know, you kind of look at A&M and it's kind of like, ooh, it's such a big deal there. And then here I feel like it's kind of like a big deal as well because of the Big Dip.
The Big Dip involves students receiving their class rings, dipping it into purple dye, and shaking hands with President Baker Patillo. The dip in the ceremony's namesake stands for Dipped in Pride because the purple water is from SFA's iconic Serving Steve fountain.
Since I'll wear it for probably the rest of my life, it's like a constant reminder of all the good times, the ups and downs, and all the friends I've made, and just honestly SFA and Nacogdoches as a whole.
Just a few weeks ago, students with 60 or more credit hours received an invitation in the mail to come to the SFA Alumni Office to receive their class rings and customize and create their own.
The students have the opportunity to personalize their rings, such as adding their name, their major, their graduation date. No two rings are the same.
Because of the new STEM building construction and the traffic this event creates, the SFA Alumni Association decided to hold it at the newly renovated Fredonia Hotel. The hotel is completely booked this night because students invite their friends and family from all over to come witness this rite of passage event. For more information on the Big Dip ceremony, visit the SFA Alumni Association website. For East Texas Explorer, this is Jamie Mertz.
History can often be an underappreciated subject. Nacogdoches holds a significant amount of its own history.
Known as the oldest town in Texas, Nacogdoches gives people the chance to experience history firsthand.
Dating back to 800 AD, the first settlers of Nacogdoches were the Caddoan tribe called the Nacogdoches. Nacogdoches was founded in 1779 by Colonel Don Antonio Gil y Barbo. Being a prominent Spanish trader, in 1779 he built a house to use for his trading business. Originally called La Casa Piedra, the old stone fort was the first mercantile house in Nacogdoches. In 1821, after the Mexican Revolution, the Spanish lost ownership of Texas. Disagreements with land titles led to the Battle of Nacogdoches, which played a huge role in the Texas Revolution. A notable figure of the Revolution was Adolphus Stern, a German immigrant who came to Nacogdoches in 1826. He was given permission to sell goods to soldiers who were stationed in Nacogdoches. Although Stern made an oath to be loyal to Mexico, in 1827 he acted as a smuggler against Mexico during the Fredonia Rebellion. In 1832, Stern continued to support Texas independence by financing armies. In 1830, Stern built his home, known today as the Stern Huia House Museum. His home now stands as one of the oldest landmarks of historical significance that is still standing on its original site in Texas.
So the house has actually been functioning as a museum the way that it stands today since the 80s.
Visiting the Stern Huia Museum is like stepping through a time machine. It holds many stories and artifacts from the past. These historical locations are a reminder of just how important preserving history is.
It's another thing to be able to come and stand in a room where Davy Crockett actually stood, or where people that played important roles to our lives today actually were. So I think it gives some reality to it and some perspective to it. So I think it is very important for that.
I'm Kelly Vanderpool for East Texas Explorer.
Nacogdoches is a town known for its history and its variety of green spaces. One such area is the Lana Creek Trail. Our Cole Sala takes us on a tour of this historic trail.
Here I am at the start of the Eyes of Father Margell Trail. It leads to a very historic site set up in 1776 and a natural spring that feeds Lana Creek right behind us. Let's go see what we can find. Located behind the Old North Cemetery, Lana Creek Trail has been a project for the Texas Sequential Celebration Committee since 1986. Volunteers worked 15 years clearing brush and vines away from the banks of Lana Creek. By 1995, the Lana Creek Trail extended 2.5 miles from the Camino Real Park on Main Street to Jimmy Hines Park on Ragu Street. I was curious about this site, so I went to check out the Historical Foundation and interviewed Jessica Soule.
Jessica Soule, and I'm the Assistant Historic Sites Manager for City of Nacogdoches. So once THC gave us a marker, we placed it out there. The land was donated by 2 different families to the City of Nacogdoches, and it kind of became added as part of our Lana Creek Trail. And so the city still maintains the little park, the trail itself, and then make sure that the springs are kept clean and maintained.
Legend has it, Father Margell took his staff and began to walk the creek, and a crowd followed behind him. He stopped at a bend in its course, gazing at an overhanging rock shelf. He then struck the rock, and water gushed forth and filled the spring. I'm Cole Sala from East Texas Reporter, signing off.
The College of Business at SFA has been around a long time. Let's take a look at its history.
How's it going?
Stephen F. Austin State University just recently had their annual graduate program fair held in the Baker Patillo Student Center. One of the biggest booths at the fair is the College of Business. I'm here at the Nelson Roche College of Business on the Stephen F. Austin State University campus, where I'm exploring the graduate program and the history behind this building. The College of Business building was named after Albert Nelson Roche in 2002 when he gave the College of Business a $5 million gift. Roche served on the SFA Board of Regents from 1986 to 1989 and was a lifetime member of the SFA Alumni Association. His granddaughter is a current graduate student in the College of Business.
He's been passionate about students and giving people opportunities to do things, and so that was why through the naming of the college he was able to give scholarships to students that wouldn't be able to have them.
The Nelson Roche College of Business at SFA has provided students with a personalized classroom experience since the business administration began in the year 1940.
Cattle a little bit, so that was cool. Definitely just made so many smart business decisions at the right time. Paul definitely was a successful businessman, and I just really hope to follow in his footsteps.
The Nelson Roche College of Business, I'm Molly Weeks for your East Texas Explorer.
How's it going?
Nacogdoches holds many historic locations and monuments. One such location is the old university building in downtown Nacogdoches. Dale Reeves went down there this week to learn more about the history of this NAC landmark.
The old university has gone by all sorts of names: Nacogdoches University, Schoolhouse, Hospital, Museum. It has even been called the mother of education in Texas.
I just really like how it's like an old building and it's like SFA before it was SFA, and how it was like a hospital. So it's like really cool if you're like a nursing major to just come back and look at all the history.
In 1859, it served as Nacogdoches University until the beginning of the Civil War, when it became a Confederate hospital. Following its time as a hospital, it was the headquarters of a federal regiment before returning to its university status. In 1904, the building was given to the Nacogdoches Independent School District. Since then, it has served as a history museum and a monument to early education in Texas. The bottom floor, once schoolrooms, has been redecorated into the style of the times of the building's creation. Upstairs, monuments to the classrooms, including medical supplies and even a current display of children's toys, currently sits. Currently, the old university building stands as a community center and home of multiple foundations and clubs in Nacogdoches, as well as a monument to the importance of Nacogdoches is always placed on the higher education. It is open Monday through Friday, 1 through 4. I'm Dale Reeves. This is the old university building, and this is East Texas Explorer. Thank you.
Each year, the Office of Multicultural Affairs organizes the Tunnel of Oppression event on campus of SFA. Here's Astrid to tell us more about this annual event.
Stephen F. Austin State University Office of Multicultural Affairs hosts this year's Tunnel of Oppression. The purpose of the tunnel is to show people the subtle ways that oppression is still very present in our everyday lives.
Oppression is, among many things, prolonged unjust treatment or control of an individual or group of people. The purpose of the tunnel is to educate viewers in diversity and social justice. I had the privilege of speaking with Dr. Griselda Flores, the Assistant Director of the Multicultural Affairs Office, on why the Tunnel of Oppression is so important. The Tunnel of Oppression took place in the Baker Patillo Student Center Theater on November 6th through the 9th from 6 to 9 in the afternoon. It consisted of many skits by 8 different organizations showing different types of oppression. The Tunnel of Oppression is a free event, and it's open to anyone who wants to have an eye-opening experience. And if you missed it this year, don't worry about it, because it will most likely be making a comeback next year. For more information on this event, please contact the Office of Multicultural Affairs at oma@sfasu.edu or visit sfasu.edu/OMA. This has been Yadet Hassel reporting for the East Texas Explorer.
Each semester, many events are organized and held for the students at SFA. The organization responsible for many of these events is SAA, the Student Activity Association. Our own Jimmy De Los Santos went to find out more about this organization.
From karaoke to free food, t-shirts, and fun, SAA provides for the students. The Student Activities Association thrives to enlighten and entertain the community through events created by the students for the students.
School spirit, excitement, all our members are always down in the yard, all of our members are super involved on campus. So I'd say SAA is just a really well-known organization, and all of our members try our hardest to make sure we're really putting the lumberjack spirit into everything that we do.
Established in 1923, SAA strives to provide for the students of SFA through recreation and education outside of the classroom.
Including the cinema movies that we show, we do about 200 events a year. As you know, we try to do a well-rounded, diverse selection of events each semester.
SAA sometimes partners with other organizations on campus and some off-campus businesses in order to provide the best experience for an event.
We do collaborate a bit, mainly with other offices and student engagement, such as Greek Life, Traditions Council, Leadership and Service, all that.
SAA includes over 70 members and grows every semester. Students who are looking to join the organization must apply and go through 2 interviews.
So at the beginning of each semester we do put applications out for SAA, and all that we ask is it's a few questions and then a mock event proposal. We want members that are dedicated and passionate, but we also look for members that are organized and have potential to develop into strong leaders.
Speaking of events, the organization is having an event approaching Wednesday, November 8th called Zombie Apocalypse.
Next upcoming event that's supposed to be a big one is Apocalypse, and it's basically like a zombie race for a cash prize. I believe there's 3 rounds this year. It was a huge hit last year. I'm really excited that we're bringing it back again this year.
The Student Activities Association is just one of SFA's many organizations that host events. As far as attendance and success, SA is one of the best on campus. For East Texas Explorer, this is Jimmy De Los Santos.
That's all we have for this episode of ET. We'll be back next week with more stories from SFA and around East Texas.
If you'd like more ET content, check out our YouTube channel at Jack TV SFA. There you can find this program and many more.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on East Texas Explorer.